What up, what up, what up, good people? It's your boy BTG, aka Bust Them Guns, back at you with another one. So we got a continuation of this Three Amigos. Let's get the housekeeping out of the way. We are in a safe and controlled environment. We're not selling any firearms, nor are we selling any accessories. This video is for educational purposes only. So let's go ahead and get into it. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Appreciate you stopping by. If you enjoy the content, hopefully you hit that subscribe button and come back and see us. If you're a returning viewer, I appreciate the support. Appreciate you being along for the ride, and we're going to keep this journey going. So, all right, let's go ahead and get into it. So we're back at you with the Three Amigos. And this is kind of it's a continuation. I don't want to inundate you guys with the same content, but this is kind of evolution of these pieces, kind of where we are with the enhancements, the results of those, and just kind of documenting along the way. So maybe it can help some that's coming into the game, that's getting these pieces, to kind of save them some heartache and give them some direction of where they might want to go with the piece. So that's why you're seeing these as they evolve. With the MAC9, that's the newest one to the group. So let's go ahead and put that out there. Mag is empty. Weapon is empty. Put that mag back in for aesthetics. So this here is the newest one to the group. And this bad boy here, this is just the second outing for this one. So just kind of getting the round count up. I did swap out the recoil spring, so we're at the 8-pound spring in here for this outing. And we've got the 17-pound mainspring. So that's where we are. I did have the replica RMR on there. That bad boy, it wasn't holding zero. It wasn't designed to be a long, let's drop that hammer, safe direction. It wasn't designed to be long-term. It was a placeholder. And this is the Vertatu. I like this optic. I've got it on another one of my pieces. It's what some would consider a budget optic, but it's actually a pretty nice optic. So I put this on here. I didn't have it on there for that outing, but it's come in since then, so I went ahead and mounted it up. This is their 504. I will do an unboxing on this just to give you a little more in-depth on it, in case you're not familiar with it. But that's what we're rocking on here, and that's what we're going to be going with going forward. So this is that MAC9 DS comped, and this bad boy here is a nice piece. It's running good, so we're going to run this. Our OG, well, kind of OG of the group, but middle of the road. This is our Gearsan 2311 MatchX, the enhanced version. We've kind of doctored this bad boy up, so if you're seeing it for the first time, did a polish job on this bad boy. Took that frame down to the aluminum, polished it up, and just kind of add some enhancements. Got the magwell on there. I think this is the first outing with the magwell on there. So that's our enhancements. The 8-pound spring came in for this one, so we've got the 8-pound in here. And we were having feeding issues with this one, but that was an extractor issue. So this is going to be kind of the final proving ground to make sure that the fine-tuning of that extractor has did the job. So we'll start out with this one as far as running some rounds through it. And we definitely got our, I don't know if I cleared that. Mag is empty. Weapon is empty. Put that mag back in. Ooh. My bad. Put that mag back in for aesthetics. And then rounding out our trio is our Romulus. So let's clear that one out the bat. Weapon is empty. Put mag back in for aesthetic. Safe direction. So this is our Romulus here, Alpha Foxtrot Romulus. This bad boy here, no issues, no enhancements, no changes. So we're still running this just as it came. Hasn't bothered with the springs because this bad boy was running rock solid. Recoil was decent on it, but that may change in this outing. So it's going to be a twist on this bad boy after we run some rounds through there. But brought this here for comparison's sake and just to get the round count up on it. So we're going to jump out to the range. We started out with this MatchX, and we wanted to get some rounds through this bad boy right off the bat just to make sure it was going to run. Let's drop the hammer, safe direction. And so we ran 3 rounds, 3 magazines through this bad boy right off the bat. Finishing up the last one was the door mag just to make sure that would run, no issues. And from there, we jumped over to the MAC9 just to see where that optic was, to see if we were lined up or see if it had held zero, and it had not. So we zeroed that real quickly. So let's jump out to the range, check that footage out, then we'll come back in. All right, so we're live. Make sure we're running. Main camera. Running. So we have rotated to our platforms. Got the Romulus out. We know what it's gonna do. We got this MAC9. We want to get the round count up on this bad boy, so we're gonna run some more rounds through it. Of course, we got that Gearsan. So, MatchX. First time out with the mag well on. We settled in. We got the 8-pound spring in here, and we've tuned that extractor. So this bad boy should be like clockwork. So let's start here and make sure we're running. So, full mag, make it hot. This bad boy is silky smooth. We're gonna mess with this bottom target down here. Guess we'll go all the way to the bottom left to see if we're on. This bad boy should be nice and soft. Yeah, that should be good right there. Bottom target, see where we at. Okay, we're on. Oh yeah. We're on. Let's double down on it and run another one through there. With this mag well, you're pretty much gonna need to run the 20s. That 17 kind of gets up in that bad boy. So, in fact, let's switch to a 20. Nice fit, perfect for that mag well. So we're gonna stick with that same target, that bottom one, because we're really just looking to run this bad boy. Grabs. Okay. Yeah, I see in business. This bad boy is running silky smooth. No hiccup. So let's go for the trifecta. Let's run another round. This is actually one of the dual bags for the product. So let's run that through there. And let's go to the target on the right, the bottom, the empty one there. This bad boy is nice and soft. That recoil is non-existent. Trigger super soft. I'm liking that. So I think we are definitely in business with this MatchX. That's what I want to see. I think we can say from a reliability standpoint, we know the issues we had. So that extractor did the job. Something else about that extractor, I'll go back over on the tabletop. I found out something in the process of dealing with that. So let's switch over to this MAC9. Get some rounds through this bad boy. And we are hot. We'll stay with that bottom target, but we'll move up to the one above the bottom on the right. And let's see where we are. This one, I put the 8-pound spring in it as well. Man, where's our dot? Our dot is way down there, is it? Let's see. There's our irons. Our irons are right there. Let's see. Where are we at? Hey, this dot is shit. This bad boy, my Gideon will be here tomorrow. So let me shoot this bad boy with the irons. See where the irons are. The dot is high, so I'll bring it down because it's going to drive me crazy if I don't. But that's why this was just a placeholder. So get a little tool out of here and we'll adjust that bit down. think that might be it. We'll try that. Maybe we'll get us some fresh targets. Oh yeah, that's cool. Before we even get to the Romulus, we'll get us some fresh targets on here so we can see what we're doing. All right, so welcome back. So the good news is our Gearson, this MatchX, is running like a sewing machine. So this bad boy is dead on. So where we are with this is where we're going to be, other than maybe a grip change. So we'll either stipple this one up. There's a company out there that's going to be producing stipple versions of these grips, also for the MAC9. So if you want to stick with the polymer, you'll be able to get one, but much better texture, much better design. So we'll see. But that'll likely be the only other enhancement coming to this here. But this bad boy here is dead on. It's where we want it. So moving on, this MAC9. The MAC9 is running. As you saw, that optic did not hold zero. So we had to zero that bad boy in. But once you zero it in, it's dead on, but it doesn't hold. So it did its purpose. It was a placeholder. We'll run this for Tatu on there, and we'll see how we like that. And so for here, going back in, we'll jump right into the MAC9 where we finished off at. Get some rounds through this bad boy. As you can see in just that little footage, we ran that one magazine, but this bad boy is running flat. It's running nice and flat. This and the MatchX is running pretty parallel, I would say. Trigger obviously is heavy on this. It's lightening up, but it is heavier compared to the MatchX, but then the trigger in the MatchX has been done up. So that's not a surprise. So next outing, we jumped back out there, started with that MAC9, ran some rounds through there. And in this outing, we did a mixture. So did some double taps on the lower targets, and then we did some accuracy shooting with each item. We brought that Romulus in as well. So we got the smaller targets up top, and then we got the 4 big targets at bottom. So we did some double taps on the bottom, ran through each firearm, and then in between that, we kind of mixed it up at the top with those smaller targets, just checking for accuracy. And all these bad boys seem to be dead on for accuracy with those small targets. So let's jump out there, check out that footage. That's going to be the extent of the range footage. This was not a major round outing. This was kind of get a feel for what we've done, see how it feels in the hand, see what direction we want to go from there if we want to hold there. So that's pretty much what this session was about. But let's check out that footage there. We'll come back in and wrap up. So we're back in business. We got us a fresh target. So let's start out with this MAC9. Let's see if that dot dialed in. It's a magazine, wouldn't hurt nothing. So we're gonna go that bottom target, a big target down there, all the way bottom left. Yeah, so we in there. Show some love to this Romulus. As a matter of fact, we on that MAC9. Down, toss it overboard. Let's play with our little target up there, all the way top left. See what our pinpoint accuracy is like. Low. That's good. See if it'll double tap in there. Might be asking a little much. Let's show this Romulus some love. We start down at the bottom. And we go at that bottom. I think that MatchX softness will give this Romulus a run for its money. Romulus feel a little more snap. The spring and everything is still factory in here. I got an 8-pound for it, but I haven't changed it. I've got a 17-pound mainspring, but I haven't changed it out. So I've been just running this bad boy like it came. That boy's accurate. Let's go to that top right and a little target up all the way at the top. Yeah. That goes on. Let's show it a little double tap low. Back down to that bottom target. I really like the slide release on this bad boy. Nice and easy. So we're going back to that bottom target. We're going to do a little double tap. These bad boys are something to be reckoned with. So let's hit this MatchX and see what kind of accuracy we can get on the loop. So we're going to go top target, little target. We're going to go second one from the left. Let's see if we can get that accuracy. It should be on camera. Speed up a little bit. Take it back to the bottom. Let's hit some double taps. Yeah. I said we got a hella trio right here. I didn't bring the watchtower. I just want to run with these bad boys. And this is a hella lineup. So, MatchX seems to be the smoothest out the bunch. It's got more rounds to it than the MAC9. So the MAC9 is softening up as it goes. The Match has some polishing on it. I did the rails. But this has turned out to be a real nice piece. So we're going to double tap in that empty target. Let's go one. Finish it out. That's it. Yeah, I am feeling this bad boy. I didn't bring them out to put hella rounds through them. This is more so just getting some rounds through that MAC9 and confirming reliability with the MatchX. The Romulus is along for the ride just to get that direct comparison. And I think I am going to go ahead and swap the springs and that Romulus, put that 8-pound in there and put that 17-pound mainspring. But it is not giving you the softness that you get with that MatchX. And let me run this MAC9 just to get an immediate feel. Let's see. Yeah, it's pretty soft. Yeah, it's not as soft as the MatchX, but this bad boy is running nice. Okay. So we're gonna pause right there, and we might just wrap right there and see what we got going. All right. So as you can see there, double taps are running good. These bad boys are running flat, staying dead on. And I think they've exceeded the Romulus. So it's time to get into that Romulus and see if we can soften that bad boy up. That was a good gauge for the progress on these other pieces to see how they came into their own with the changes that were being made. But at this point, they've exceeded the Romulus as far as recall. Both of them seem to be running flatter. Definitely the feel to the hand. Not sure how it looks on camera, but to the hand, they're both shooting softer than the Romulus. So we've got an 8-pound and a 7-pound mainspring for that 7-pound mainspring for that Romulus. So we'll probably start there. We'll drop that in and see if that softens it up, and then we'll kind of go from there. But as you can see with those targets, these bad boys are accurate. So they are dead on. We were running Blazer 124 grain in all the sessions. So that was the only ammo that we ran out there. We didn't mix anything up. And that's some pretty solid ammo. It runs clean, so no complaints there. But that's the extent of the outing. This wasn't designed to be a long drawn out. It was more of like a continuation of a testing tune. See where we are with where we're going with the pieces, how it's working out, and if we want to hold steady there. So hit me up in the comments. Let me know if you got any questions about anything, any suggestions as far as the different pieces. We're going to mix it up. Next video is going to be dropping. We took the big boys out as well. So we've got the 10 millimeter, we got the 45, and these are the double stack. So the Rock Islands, and we also got the 40 that Remington Tomasi Customs. So that's going to be the next video dropping. We ran them bad boys. So stay tuned. Stay tuned. Keep a lookout for that. So it's your boy BTG, aka Bust Them Guns. Hit me up on the other platforms at Bust Them Guns, Instagram, Facebook, as well as Rumble. Till next time, holla.